Hey Alex, Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and your sweet and loving and wonderful wife Tabitha has treated you to a new pair of RayBan Wayfarer 5121 combo with the clear and the sunglass lenses. 5121 color 2000, which is the classic shiny black, and the 50 eye size. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to take it out of its original packaging. This is your RayBan Wayfarer clay case with the Italian leather case. This is your RayBan frame, your RayBan cleaning cloth that was upside down, sent from RayBan, which happens all the time. I'm going to set that down there. And RayBan puts a little plastic sleeve on the left temple when they ship to me so that the temples don't rub together or scratch while shipping. If they think that's a good idea, well, by golly, hang on. Let me put this back one back on. Come on now. I'm on live TV. Then I'm going to put another one on this side when I ship to you, so you will be twice protected from scratches. So let me pull this off and let's go ahead and get started. These are the original demo lenses that say RayBan on your left lens. I'm going to pop these out real quick, and I'm going to put your RayBan frame into my Italian Santinelli LE1000 patternless edger. The stylus is going to come up and trace the shape of the right lens, and then it's going to move over and trace the shape of the left lens. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy the frame and you get free clear prescription or non-prescription single vision lenses. Of course, you're getting the combo. You're getting clear and sun lenses. So I'm going to pull the shape of your frame up. If these were prescription, I'd put in your pupillary distance, also known as the PD, but it is not, so I'm just going to have it match the frame. This is a polycarbonate lens being cut for a Xyle frame. Xyle is just an old school name for plastic, and I actually know from experience this one has a deep bevel, so I'm going to take it down a little bit before cutting, just so it snaps in perfectly. Now your lenses, these are your polarized polycarbonate Plano lenses. Plano just means non-prescription, and they're G15. And they are 6 base, which is, you know, the standard shape lens that we have. They are rectangular, so I know which meridian to put them in, so they would be matching. So what I want to do is go ahead and take the little protective covers off of your lenses that they ship them to me in, so they can not be scratched during shipping. I'm going to pull off the one on the front and then pull off the one on the back. Now the G15 is the classic color from RayBan. It is a gray-green. It was designed for people who are around water. Peel that off the back of that one. Now peel it off the front of this one. But it's just a very natural color when you're outdoors. Trees, grass, bushes, it all looks very good. And the way you can tell if they're polarized, if you hold them up and pass them in front of each other, nothing happens. But when you hear the term polar opposites, if you turn them at 90 degrees apart, the meridian, and then you move them in front, they block all light. That's how you can tell if a lens is polarized. Regular lenses, polarized lenses. Pretty cool trick, huh? And I'll talk a little bit more about that. And actually, to save time, I cut you the clear lenses in advance, and I'm going to show you how to pop those in and out. But for now, I need to attach this block to the lens. That's what's going to hold it in place while it's cutting. So believe it or not, 3M, the same people who make the Post-it notes, make little sticky pads. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick this onto the block, pull that tape away, stick that onto the lens. I'm going to do the same thing for this side. Put that on there, pull that away, and stick it on that side. So I'm going to put your lens into the chuck and hit start. And the first thing that's going to happen, these calipers are going to come down and trace the shape of your right lens onto this, the polarized lens, to make sure it's large enough to cut out, and it will. This is just a routine operation it goes through. It is tracing the concave side of the lens first, which is closest to your eyelashes. Then it's going to move over and trace the convex side of the lens, which sits away from the face. All the while measuring the thickness of the lens to know exactly where to place the bevel onto the lens. The cutting wheel is down here on the left. It is that lighter color wheel that's like a heavy grit sandpaper. That's going to grind away your lens material. This wheel in the center with that channel is what's going to put the bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. This will get loud, but for now I just want you to see as your polarized lenses touch down on the cutting wheel. It is now 8:12 on Thursday, May 15th, 71 degrees in my hometown of Durham, North Carolina. We are halfway between Atlanta and Washington, D.C., and halfway between Miami and New York City. That's loud, isn't it? Now, what I'm going to do, so your clear lenses, how you can pop them in and out. Now, the technique I use, I tuck them in at the outside corner, and then I use my thumb at the nose and I press down. You can do that. Now, I also, if you see I'm working on the side closest to me, I'm not trying to reach over the frame, but it's always with your thumb, it's always at the nose. But some people like to tuck it in at the nose first and then push down at the outside of the lens. You can develop your own technique. Now, to take them out, I rotate the frame where it's pointing downward. I grab the frame with my left hand, and because I'm right-handed, so I grab it with that. And then I place my right thumb at the nose. I put my other thumb on top. My fingers are holding the lens. So I place my left thumb on top of my right thumb and push downward. Out comes your lens. Same thing for the other side. Push down with your thumb. Out comes the lens. Now again, to put them in, I tuck them in at the outside corner first, and then push down at the nose, and it goes. I rotate the frame around and it is upright. I tuck it in at the outside corner first, and using my thumbs, I press down at the nose. I'm going to pop these out real quick just so I can test to make sure that these are cut to the correct size. I'm going to take the lens out of the chuck, or the Charles. I don't know it well enough to call it Charles. Chuck, I should say. But you still have some rough edges here, so what I want to do is use my hand stone to smooth out those rough edges. I'm going to go around the outside of the lens, and I can put my hand on it while it's running, and my fingers get warm due to the friction, but it's that friction that lets me soften up those rough edges. Now, this white powdery substance is on your lens is called swarf. I'm going to use my thumbnail to scrape off all the swarf from your lens, and I do this so much in the course of a day I have worn a V-shaped bevel into my thumbnail. I do want to dry your lens off here a little bit and get all the debris. And if you notice all this swarf that is on the table, I like to collect it into one pile very neatly, and then I dispose of it by wiping it onto the floor. Whee! You know, I gotta have fun while I'm at work, and this is where I say, kids, stay in school. I went to school for years to learn how to make a mess like that. If you want to make a mess like me, you gotta stay in school, kids. So, again, just like before, I'm gonna tuck it in at the outside corner, and then using my thumbs, I press down at the nose. That snaps in very well. I'm going to flip this over and cut your left lens. Now, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarbonate is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is bulletproof up to 22 caliber. It is virtually unbreakable and has both UVA and UVB protection. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin. Your eyes are 8 times more sensitive, so you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes in your sun lenses and in your clear, unbreakable clear lenses. So I'm going to pop this block off. It is no longer needed. I'm going to pull that off. And these lenses are in there. I'm going to leave them in there for just a moment. These are your original demo lenses that say RayBan that I took out. I'm going to put these into the bag. I'm going to give you all the original manufacturer's packaging. They sent it to me. One more thing I want to do, I'm going to send it with the clear lenses in there, but I want to go ahead and label these. These are a RayBan 5121 size 50, and these are the polarized G15. This is the classic RayBan color that they put into 90% of their frames. I do have 6 colors of polarized lenses offered, the G15, but I do a gray, a brown rose, a blue, and a shooter's yellow. If you want any other colors of unbreakable polarized lenses, I can ship them right to your home and you can pop them in. One more thing I want to do, let's go ahead and label these right and left so there's no confusion. And the same packets you can use, save these for when you pop out the sun lenses and put in the clear. You can do it that way too. So, if you notice there is water running in the background, but it's dry now. Well, now the jets have kicked in, but polycarbonate cuts dry where plastic and high index cut wet. The water jets have kicked in just to wash away any optical debris, but of course, I'm going to put more on there as soon as it comes out. So Alex, you got a lucky wife in Tabitha to buy these for you. My wife, I get no respect to sound like Rodney Dangerfield. My wife wants me to buy her glasses. It never goes the other way around. And I've been married, let's see, 6 years now. So come on, honey. Come on, honey. Although she did get me a new computer for our anniversary. I had been using Windows XP, and she works in IT and was telling me that's not supported anymore, and hackers could come in and get my information. So she got me a new computer with Windows 8.1, and oh, I'm struggling to learn that. Struggling, I tell you. So again, let me grab the frame. Go over here to my handstone and put the safety bevel on there. And I'm going to use my thumbnail to scrape all that off and drop it on the counter. And my wife hates it when I throw it on the floor, so just this one time for her, since I was just talking about my wife Carol, let me set this down. I'm going to throw this away in the trash can, but I want you to see how far I have to walk to throw this away. You'll understand why I throw it on the floor. So let me collect it into my hand. Now follow me. This is going to be time consuming. Follow me as I go to the trash can. See, who has time to go that far in the course of a day? Isn't it just easier to do that? She just doesn't understand though. Honey. Sorry, honey. Okay, so let's see if this fits. I'm going to tuck this in at the outside corner, and then using my thumbs, I press down at the nose. It snaps in perfectly. I'm going to take this block off. I'm going to dry these lenses off, although actually let me pop them out, and I'm going to put the original ones back in. Let me just feel this one real quick. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I'm going to dry your lenses off, at least get all my fingerprints off, so you can't send my fingerprints to the FBI and collect that big reward that's out there. The other thing I do, of course, you're going to get your RayBan cleaning cloth, but I also include instructions, and I'm going to include one of my cleaning cloths as well, microfiber cleaning cloths. But I'm going to include instructions on how to care for your case and both your cleaning cloths so they will last you for years. No other seller on the internet is doing that. I'm also going to include a photo request to have your picture on the website. A few years ago, when my patients would come to pick up their glasses, and I got the idea from my barber who took pictures of people, but I would take their pictures when they come to pick up their glasses and put them on a digital picture frame, where now I have several picture frames in my office, each with hundreds if not thousands of smiling faces on there. Yeah, that is perfect. That is the left lens, so I'm going to put that in this packet. And these are the same packages, these little sleeves, anti-scratch sleeves, that the multi-billion-dollar labs send me my prescription lenses in. The high-dollar invisible bifocals with transitions and anti-glare and polarized lenses. This is what they ship them to me in to prevent scratches, so I'm going to recycle them instead of throwing them in my landfill. I'm going to make sure that your lenses arrive. Of course, they are unbreakable, but I just want to make sure they don't get scratched during shipping. I fold it over for twice the protection. I tuck it in there. Let me put your right lens into this sleeve. I fold it over for twice the protection. And then I'm going to put my cleaning cloth instructions and the photo request in there, and another cleaning cloth, so you'll be so protected. Those are wrapped up in there safe. I'm going to put the original clear lenses in there. Again, I tuck it in at the outside corner first and then push down at the nose with my thumbs. I rotate the frame around so I'm working on the empty side closest to me. I tuck it in at the outside corner first, and then using my thumbs, I press down at the nose. That goes in. And one more thing I want to do before I ship it to you, Alex. Of course, if you ever want to clean your lenses, just spit on them and then use someone else's shirt to clean it, because you don't want to use your shirt to clean with spit all over your lenses. No, I'm just kidding. Use the cleaning cloth that I provide. No spit is required. I'm going to wipe my fingerprints off your frame so there's nothing on there. Make sure it's brand new and in pristine condition. Although one more thing I want to do before I ship to you is make sure it's in standard alignment so there is no wobble when I put it on the table. I'm going to put it in a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and 3. I put that there. I press my thumbs down. There is no wobble where I have one ear that's higher than the other. In fact, 80% of people have one ear that's higher than the other. So when I press down on mine, there is a wobble. But 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. So when you receive these, if these are too loose or too tight, or one side is higher than the other, that you're part of the 80% who have one ear that's higher than the other, just stop by your local place and ask if they do free adjustments. It should only take 30 to 45 seconds to adjust these so they will fit perfectly for years. So again, it was on the table. There is no wobble. I flip it over. There is no wobble. I make sure that each temple overlaps perfectly. And there's, whoa, same amount of tension on both sides. Don't worry, this is an extremely durable frame. In fact, you have a triple barrel hinge. If you can see that, there is no stronger hinge on any RayBan frame. Mine is just a single barrel. And this is extremely durable. That's why I wear this frame. So I can only imagine how strong this one is. Let me inspect everything to make sure there are no blemishes, since I did just drop it on the counter, and this is live TV. So this is what you get. Yes, I am a professional optician, but I do not walk on water, so errors do happen, but I just want to inspect everything and make sure it is perfect. Yeah, we are good to go. No scratches or blemishes in those lenses. So that is it. And if anyone out there in YouTube land has any questions about what I can and can't do, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com or simply click the Contact Me button on the website. I hope you enjoyed watching the glasses being made that your wife has bought for you. And anyone else out there, I hope you enjoyed watching to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.